So the goals of this particular chapter is first use standard C++ string type to define manipulate character strings. So we just want to be able to define it, meaning supply first and foremost name a particular box inside the program as a particular name, right? And indicate that that box is specifically for string, or rather a few boxes will be for a string, right? To be able to write simple programs that read numbers, text, and process the input and displays the results, right? So we want to look at if, let's say, for example, the user can type something and we can manipulate that. Let's say the user type word and then the user types 1, right? Can we, for example, output it as word 1 or 1 word, or however ways we want to manipulate it, right? For example, and or combine that with numbers as well, so that we combine what we've already learned from the previous chapter. Right? So what is a string? It is a class that can hold text, right? The data that we learned about holding numbers, right? And in order to use it, we have to include this thing, the include string. Right? Meaning that, you know what, I want to use this module, right? So I have to use include string. Right? So I'm telling you that please include string inside my program. Declaration is the same as for variables. So we have string name, for example, here. What happens is that we are declaring a variable. The variable is type string, and the name of the variable is name. Because why not name is name, right? So name is precious because a lot of the rings are maybe, right? Note the string text can hold punctuation spaces and even escape characters, right? So you can have space, you can have next line, meaning you can have the string be in such a way that if you have two strings, like name 1, name 2, right? So name, if you put name 1, name 2, output is name 1, name 2, name 2 will automatically be on the next line because of the /n we have at the end of name. We can input output strings just like variables, like any other variables. So you can, as shown here, you can dedicate a particular string, meaning you can commit a particular string immediately into the box called name, right? Or you can assign it later, right? You can declare as John, or you can assign it later, Carl. Now automatically name becomes Carl instead of John, so John will be omitted from the equation, right? And so when you see out, when you output hello name, Carl will be out there on your output. Right? Remember to include both the string and IO string library, so you just put this on the top. So I guess as of now we can immediately have that standard file that we were doing, standard programming codes that we had. We'll just use that emulator we used last week, right? Then we just include IOString as well as include string, right? Then we'll be able to use string. You know what? Let's go to that emulator, right? Because we can, right? C++. Okay, so this is so it's online gdb.com. Right? Sorry. Yeah. It's onlinegdb.com. onlinegdb.com, and then /online C++ compiler, right? /online _ C++ _ compiler. Right, so here a few things are already included for us. We don't have to do it. Include IOString is already there. Using namespace standard is also already there. Right? So what we need to do now is just include string, because the rest are already there, right? So we just go ahead and include string, So hashtag include string. Okay. I suppose this is just a guess, but maybe this compiler already has string incorporated in such a way that you don't have to actually include string. But never mind, right? So if you want, you can delete this first because we're gonna do something else. All right. So that's about it in terms of starting the file, right, or starting your code, right? Let's use something like this layer, because then we have a standardized view in terms of the video as well as what you have on the front screen. Alright, so to read multiple strings, they should be separated by a space or line break, right? So you can't have the arrows. Name 1, name 2 like that, so you can just use a comma for when you declare the variable, right? Here it lists the spaces, right? So can you remember if say you want to include the space, how do you do that? If it's just exclusively a space, right? It's like much do about nothing. It's because how we see the world and how the computer sees the world. So you sorry?
You put the
you put this, right, and then just the empty space, yeah, and then John and Carl on either sides, right? So between name 1 and name 2, here you have to have this between name 1 and name 2, right? All right. If you want to read a long statement, interesting, use the member function getLine of sin, right? So this is a get the inputs cin. You will read all characters including spaces into string until enter is pressed, right? So in the case that you want like a whole paragraph or something, a whole sentence, right? So you want to use getLine instead of input. Instead of the regular input cin, and then that, right? So you want to use that getLine and then get the input name. Right? So here we are getting pretty much everything. Your name is and then your name. Right? And then Harry John Hacker. So your name is Harry John Hacker. So it will be immediately that because the string is pretty sensitive with regards to space, right? And or there might be a limit as to how much you can get in the string. So if you want a longer sentence or something, you use getLine instead. But I think for today's exercise, just the normal input should be enough. Cin. Right? Member function length gives us the number of characters in the string, so you can actually set how long you want the string to be, either by assigning it a particular value at the start, like this string greeting equals hello world, so you're already giving it a value, right? Or you can set a value, right? Characters of the string are indexed from 0 to 13. C++ starts counting at 0 for some reason. So yeah, this can be a bit strange. And not only does it start counting at 0, the line break is also counted. Meaning, if you want hello world like this is considered 13 instead of, well, I mean, in a way it's correct as well because 0 to 13, right? So we're actually taking that value, actually it should be 1 and 13. So I guess using that slash and then minimize the confusion. Does that make sense? You can extract part of a string with a substring function. So if you want to, you can subtract some. For example, here you just want to take greeting, subtract 0 and 4, right? So you're taking 0 until 4, so you get the HELL because hell yeah, right? Or you subtract 7 to 5. You subtract from 7. You subtract 5 characters starting from character 7 character, right? Or you subtract 4 starting from 0 character, right? So greeting subtract subtract 4 characters from 0th character, please. Or subtract subtract 5 characters from the 7th character, please. Something like that. Right, so concatenation. Basically, here is just combining, fancy word for joining two strings together. So we use that term concat, right? Which is done with the plus sign. So similar to a number, it's just that for numbers, you combine two numbers together, you get an immediately different type of numbers. But here, what happens that we just get the two combined words or two combined strings, right? So you can then assign it to a different variable like this, full name, or if you don't want it, you can also do cout and then do this, and then have the two names here and there, variable 1 and variable 2, right? Or you can assign it to one variable. In this case, is the variable is called full name. All right. So setting output position. We can control how many decimal places we output. For example, sometimes we wanna, for example, control where our next, because humans, for some reason, we are particular about that. Right? For example, let's say we say name, and then we have different names, right? Let's say student X, student XY, student XXY, for example. So here, as you can see, is different kind of spacing. So if you just use something like this, for example, then the next line, let's say, for example, is grade or something, right? So let's say credit, distinction, and HE, for example. So it will appear like this. So humans, we are very particular about that. We want everything to appear in the same line, right? So if you set the string length, so you can say, I want it to be, for example, 20 characters. So you have it 20 characters, then only the next part of the next string will appear, right? So this is a formatting, right? Set position. This is like different. In this particular case, it's float. Yeah, suddenly we are talking about float. Right? This is a function we see as push set the position. So in terms of a float and stuff, we do something like this. Set position means how many decimal points we want, right? So this is 1/3, 0.33. But there are a few limitations, meaning to say that it's very sharp towards, when you write a number, right? Let's say 1.50, 0 is an insignificant number, right? Because we don't need to write it. Even if you write it because it's equal to 1.5, it's exactly similar. So 0 is insignificant. So when you do 1.50, even if you set position at 2, it will still write it at 1.5 because it disregards the 0 as insignificant. Right? So doesn't output a trailing 0. So if you do want that, you can put the fix, right? Cout fix, and then it will still write that 0. Right? You can also format your screen, your output, right? Using, this is the setting for the string, set W, set width or set word, right? So you set it as maybe 7, 25 and whatnot, and you will get something like this, for example, right? So that, I guess it's fan of Lord of the Rings. So here, as you can see, only after a particular distance, right? So it's set at 25. So meaning to say at 25, then only we get something else. Again, 25, we get something else. Meaning there's a set value so that we get everything on the same line, which is sometimes desirable. Plastic Hobbit feet, priceless, right? So need library, include CC type, capitalization. Not too important, but if you want to, you can have a look at these in order to do the exercises, right? Include CC type, can change case of a character, uppercase, lowercase, right? And then you'll be able to immediately code. Right? So I'm just going to show you a few challenges that I have ready for you. I'm going to put this on LMS as well.